gap, for bring and come close, we're not going to talk about what we call development. Because there are certain things you look at where they talk, say, the winner takes all opportunities. This is what makes politics very attractive in this country. Now that make politics not attractive, so where me, young party win, I look out for me cronies them, the one the way they support me. Now them are the give the opportunities then we available. It should not be like that. Not also if for B. If for B say, I don't they talk on a different program them. We get people away capable. Sierra Leoneans, we've been talk this morning when we just kind of on our studio they wait. Say we have very intelligent people. We have also people that we think they could change the situation and turn them around, provided they find themselves in the right place. That's the major thing. So, but why we know they try to forget then kind people in the devoid of the person in affiliation, make we get them. Say this person able to fix this. Let we bring and can make it can fix it. We not that lens for begin for the use.
And that's not going to help national agenda.
Exactly. It go help for push we before. And if I want for answer to the national agenda, waiting we for do, the word not even tap between us. So what we need for do? A very huge consultative conference. A very huge consultative process. With that process we begin first from the last village na Yifing to the last village na Krubola to the other last village then. Now therefore begin for look at waiting the people they want. How we want we country for be in the next 50 or 40 years. Waiting we for do for shape them up. We not get the answers alone. The answers there to the people them. And until we get a government where they team up say, fine, no. Now we they get elections 2024. So waiting we for do for change the strategy because we don't try different kind of strategy. We don't get 4 or 5 development agendas or development plan. We no agree working at this country. We not even know we benchmark, So waiting next week for do. So me they look out for this particular government where they can win. And then see us them for rely on. Go meet the people. Consult with the people and develop their agenda there. You think that agenda there, we see waiting important. Then we bring the political parties them together. Opposition, people where you've been thinking you consider as your enemies. People then when we consider themselves tyrant. All man come to the table. We begin for talk and begin for program ourselves. Develop a framework where they show we the stages where they go in terms of development. Now that make even when we fail for do that one day and properly, now that make even the SDGs, we can to 2030 just now. We're in the second phase of the MDGs, where we're not able to reach particular benchmark. Or we target them. They even broke the targets them, broken down, so that country go able to catch up with other countries. Them. We're not able to make progress. Even though Sierra Leone, one of the countries them we then consider na the world for say, okay, they make how they call they make efforts in terms of doing this. But I'm not sure we're doing it the right way. I think say we need to do something better. We need to bring out within the people they need, position that one day properly, and let it be a strategy, a framework where each government, you come, whether they come 2028, you self take up. Whether they come, how they call now, we see at the 3032 or 3033, you self take up, So you continue from outside this one left, and you continue with that side. You see the progress. Outside Europe, and the Americans, then they so elect. They don't come over 100 years ago. We still in at this injunction. They strive for see who side we will live with food for go. Whereas one begin live with other things happening at the world, then you get a reverse. I read the World Bank documents the other day where they try, you just see we begin move, then reverse, we begin move, reverse, we begin move, reverse. They all go well because they know there are epidemics, there are emergencies that comes on. So when you want to do development, you do it holistically and then make it get a human face. Now the focus that one day. So if you not get a human face, it will be distorted. And that distorted development we no longer want in this country. We need a development with a human face where they cater for, where they make we should say, the development, they improve the standards of living of the people and of this country.
Mr. Agamara, for the last 20 years, every time we get, every election cycle, when manifesto and come on, there are similar things you get for CD. You get for CPOS in the pitch a solution for water. Another one will talk about electricity, corruption, good governance, judiciary. Every election cycle, then things they get for appear in then documents, then they. So, because we already know those issues, are these issues we all could now say, well, let's just put it part of the national agenda if only the two political parties are always saying you will do this, you will do this. But where can you really strike a consensus between them, plan them?
I feel say that is it. And you not just stamp on the manifestos, the normal. If you look at the recommendation, post-election recommendation, the observers, year in, year out, any time get election, the same recommendations that they come. Waiting this they try for tell we, it's like the way they handle the issues they're not even committed to doing the work they're supposed to do. And even the issue of, poverty, where my colleagues then just don't talk. Certain things, then when you look, you can ask yourself, who politicians then at this country, they're really serious for fight corruption? Then the answer will likely be no, they're not serious. Because come look at it. Don't we talk about the PRSP? The PRSP now one document back where enjoy lots of citizens' involvement. We all been there. Now a very good document. And it been get the goodwill of the international community because we just come out of war. So a lot of money there. But what happened? They misuse that money there. Because we've been doing a research, we come up with a report where now the stolen happiness. Meaning it's like them monies they are there for build infrastructure, for build other things where they make the people in life a little bit comfortable and happy. But a few people, chief, if they go some side, they meet the signpost, but no project, no did. And up to this point, nothing not even happened. Then come look at you've been on the industrial Wellington estate. Industrial Wellington estate, you know, so we've been go there now money. Get a lot of industries there. We've been working at that place. You go there, produce paint, produce this, produce that, and a lot of workers then at that place. And we also don't see, even abroad, where then they bail out, when big countries like America, then they bail out some of them companies. Why then they do that? Because then companies then they pay tax to government, and then companies then they also employ citizens. So if they say then kind of company then they want, fall apart, you know, say it creates more unemployment. Then also then they create a big loss in terms of taxes. So then they bail them out. But industrial estate, even when the war done, if really we seriously say, okay, let's fight, this poverty. You get some people and this both skilled and unskilled. Every day then they go, then they get something. And a lot of people have been the work day. Then companies, then industries, and they also be they pay taxes to government. But go there now. If they meet a no build petrol station yonder, they no build other thing. In fact, they don't take the whole place. Private people and then they now. Is that the way for fight poverty? Then even like the Karatai dying, where they na Makeni. Where go Makeni first thing in the evening, and so noise, boom, 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 this Kara business. And now they tell you some of even politicians then today, they pay their school fees through that Kara stuff day.
These are industries that we could have developed.
The industries and they. Why would not even do something? Now the Kara industry go Makeni for trial it get one lapa Kara. It's not easy. All long died on. Then they. And that thing they employ a lot of people in other parts of the country. Then they employ people and where they say they make their living and they take care of their own business. But that's all done. Then look the Gary. Bo always we talk about Bogari. But from West Abi Bogari up to this point not the same. Up to this point when you go there, what thing they happen? I see people and they run after Matuka. Time then they get accident. You want to talk say who want to alleviate poverty, who want to help the people and they will not go even pour in a little dose of money and organize them more so that it gets a place, a decent place where they can don't do their business. Or sometimes even add value. And coming, let's just add. Yes. Finally, then two things they want to talk so. But we get public institutions like hospitals, like government schools and everything. If you want to help the Kara industry, put money, tell them schools and say, every school and garage for use as uniform. You fair new design where for Bikara. That time they don't open up the market. Then they talk say, okay, then boarding home, then this for a week, 3 days a week, if you eat something associated with cassava. When you do so, you don't open back. More people they go plant cassava. More people then go there na the food processing chain. So it creates a whole lot of jobs and more people. And I feel say, if we do so rather than we always they think of the elite project.
And these are solutions will really not cost much.
I think so.
And so Mazala, here's the thing as well. So every time we government change, the international community, we know say that they're our biggest supporters them. And anything where you say now your priority, and then they support. And then they put their money as well. So if we develop a national agenda, do you think they will back that as well?
Absolutely, because I mean, Sally is making some very practical points. And tell you, they don't need money. They don't need money for do. They just need initiative, organized cooperatives, and initiative. Because the people are into the business already. What they need is, I mean, that vision for structure them. So in reality, these are the conversations that we should be having. And in the run-up to elections, these are the conversations. So we could guide the government, the regime, where they can access to what they're supposed to do. When we fail for get them conversation, yeah, the void is filled with waiting, go fetch you campaign, using vile language, disinformation. So conflicts, they come. So election not to buffet. Election are for program with future. But yes, the international community and all of that, if it's citizen, when they drive an agenda where they benefits me, I mean, it's just natural that I would support it. So yes, different players, because governance is now, I mean, open up, not to just the government in power. If they deal with parliament, if they deal with opposition, if they deal with international community, if they deal with media, if they deal with civil society. So every other person, I remember, you know, when we have the poverty reduction strategy paper, the PRSP 1, I remember even the comedians. I still remember the comedians singing Podo Don Nasalo. Yeah. They excited the entire nation into how to create wealth. But we failed to continue with that trend. And I think that this conversation is geared towards that. But you know, I want to introduce a particular aspect, because this conversation so timely. A particular aspect of the conversation, we're talking about development and wealth creation. But we want to talk about paperwork and accountability. Public administration is critical to all of this. We'll find out, see, most of the one that within our political offices, any transition they happen, whether not the same government get for come back or not other government get for come. But people not can show off them positions. Until even if your government come back, they move you from this office to another office. So they're not sure of them position. What does waiting normally can happen? Record keeping. People they destroy sensitive materials. And so conversation we can don't get. Conversation we can don't get. Plants the waking day in the stage where if you just take woods, because governments they change, you find out that when the new governments come, new things then all they begin to discover. But we've had this conversation where we are almost at the tail end of this conversation, but the documentation not there. The person where they can't take over office, you know, get anything, you know, where they pass on to them in terms of records for saying so the operation on a day and ensure. That's why I always say governance is continuity. We not get that one day. We need a system. By virtue of even waiting they say a law we need. We need a transition law where they mandate public officials for ensure proper record keeping. And so we get a right to access information law, which we don't promulgate since 2013 in this country. But I tell you, if you access public information, the fundamental thing we get for happen now for let the records stay. If system not there, where then they archive and catalog the records, websites, for example, where then they pack the information they do about Ministry of Works. Me, you ask me, even when me now governance practitioner, I will go find out what the Ministry of Works they do in this country, because information not there, but then particular there are many ministries, departments, and agencies.
We don't get functioning websites.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so you see, record keeping is fundamental. Public administration is fundamental to this discussion. If we really want for see poverty be addressed, we really get for back out with data.
All right.
And that's what record keeping.
Let me hold you there. I'm going to come back to you for our response, but I'm sure our public as well want to contribute to this very important subject. What do you think about a national development plan? Let's hear your comments in 60 seconds. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Boy from Godrich.
You're welcome.
Education directly proportional to development. Where do we lay the emphasis? If the people are not enlightened, literate, no matter what the plans at the top, they're not going to understand them. How do we start from the bottom? The picking up for understand within the development agenda. In its fundamental, we for encourage more picking up for go school. Emphasis should be laid on education. Not that other things will not be considered. But we are planning a 10-year, 15-year plan. We start with the children who are going to lead those plans in the future. How much do they understand? How much is skill retention? How much will they make the families then send them picking go school? How much will they stop them picking them for tot, seeing at the age they sell? How much will they avoid picking up for born picking? These are the fundamental things we should tackle first, so that the educated, literate population, when they come after, go understand.
All right. Thank you.
All the agenda then. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Boy from Godrich. Let me hear more people. What do you think about a national development plan? Where do we start? Is it about time for me to get one? Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Jawad.
Yes, Ali Dumbia.
Yeah, I want to thank Marcella Sambas and others, the moral guarantors of them. But to me, national agenda development plans, if you don't start way back, but how actually will they actualize them at the ground? How they maintain them, meaning protect them, meaning even institutions them we for look at, for monitor with corruptive activities them, will they destroy them? For example, the audit report boss, then the supreme power just pull them, meaning not to protect, even with the agendas there will be done, they fix up for development, or not able to move forward. But let nobody know they give for monitor. They will left them to the powers that be the user anyhow.
How do you suggest we fix them going forward?
Until una the moral guarantors, they continuously, repeatedly, they condemn them things. There are any subsequent programs for discourage these actors, state actors, the way they really destroyed some of the institutions. Way for help we for law see the actual development things the way we don't protect already, or we don't get our miss already.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me hear from more people. 79994993. What's your thoughts about a national development plan? How do we go about and get one? Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, name was I call from?
Yeah, I'm John from George.
You're welcome, John.
Yeah, I think we get brilliant, get them today. But all due respect to the man with it, I would say women can do it better. I'm just like quitting Dr. just like quitting Dr. Maweli say. Actually, the development plan will be the way out, but we government come. We new government come, or we Marcella say, we transition come. Document thinking on the at the tail end. Then you see them squash all. But we leaders them with the calm. You know, and just like we Marcella say, if devoid of your political party, as they see, Sierra Leone and them brilliant, he like you know day na your party. If he can do the work now for take and but we a leader get a mentality. Say even if you are the best, I will not choose you.
All right.
Because I not sabi you. Then we no go get them right.
Thank you very
John from
much.
John Street.
Thank you very much, John. Always brilliant contribution. And it shows as well how we audience as well want forget an elevated conversation around these issues. Let's hear from more people. Good morning.
Good morning, Asadi from Central.
You're welcome.
One agenda I'm ready to talk about now, Omodele Jews national conversation.
Yes,
where that
yes.
document was idea.
Forget a Confederate, kind of arrangement.
So, for what you know, it always day. But what you mean is, guys, I even say now because of the winner takes all, now you make governments think you fed themselves. But the system will practice for that they are making system, but the same system in the practice. There is no way government will win power. We not only provide all the jobs, particularly government jobs. Now, we will not agree for make it be like I did be, because now opposition get majority. So look what happened in America. The presidency, the Democrats, the host day, the Republicans. They negotiate. So why not here?
All right.
To the grip the people and pull the commonado, then we'll get majority. So what are we saying?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Said from Central. Let me hear from more people. 79994993. Let's hear your thoughts. And then, of course, my panelists will respond to some of them. Good morning.
Yeah, Jawad.
Yes, Bumper.
Yeah, I tell the guests them plenty, thank you. What me say one contribute towards them is about sustainability. We know they sustain which your fishing we don't start with. Then it's about maintenance culture. We lack that. That for the add value. Then even to the CSO them for be neutral. But we don't see a few of them now this time. Most of them, not I mean, they don't already get political position. Then we look about we state institution them. Then for not I mean say their institution not for be politicized. If for purely be not I mean an independent institution, then again we look about we moral guarantor them. Then for deviate from politics, but this involvement of we moral guarantor them is not I mean it say it puts we own development at stake.
Right.
And lastly, it's about continuity. What in the past government mean, the way you can continue, where you count your new direction. Now, in all reflect. Now, look what happened. The past now don't tell us everything.
Thank you very much. Let's keep it 60 seconds. 7999499. I'm going to put 3 more calls through, and then we will come back. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jawad.
Yes, I'm Ty from Central.
God bless you, my brother. I want to tell the panelists, then thank you, Dr. Mahoy, Marcella, the leader we the whole mood in them. Honestly, we other girls they will come up for a minute. This issue of the plan way for build saloon. To be honest with you, like we check about the foundation and the Liam. But the only thing where you say way Marcella they say and you Jawad again, when government is change, now they plan the change. The roadmap go on there. It is fine. Because of this man come, not to me party, if his success come, now that him the day. It is change. Thing no Pakabale will be good for this country. Because of where the previous government come, where then they succeed, where the name could go to that previous, now the problem there. So let them get that law for the country, then party will succeed. Now the bottom line. Thank you, Jawad.
Thank you very much. 2 more calls, and then I will come back to my guest, 799949993. Let's hear from more people here. Thoughts about the conversation we get this morning. What's your input about a national development plan? Good morning.
Good morning, Jawad.
Yes, sir. Constantine from Tree Planting.
God bless. So, Jawad, who say we get them wrong? Until we go into the constitutional review committee, we president get executive power, so they always when in kind of power, then they use their executive power. If we don't get them from that, waiting, don't go into the book, get that executive power, don't get this NDP, National Development Plan, in waiting. When any government come, then go follow. But so long they get that thing there, now they empower the executive, supreme executive authority, then they always use them.
All right.
Until we go into that review, we review the constitution, put things in place, then we go get them right. Thank God will help we all.
Thank you very much. Amen. Let me take 1 more call, and then I'm going to come back straight to my guest here for me to respond to some of the feedback so now also don't they get out there. 799949993. Good morning.
Good morning, Jawad.
Yes, sir. Ishmael from Waterloo.
Well, the national development agenda is fine. But the question we ask, it will be sincere. Sincerity go inside it. Because where this country are, everybody is a politician. The moral guarantors are all not politicians. But the question we ask, sincerity go inside it. That's my message. Thank you very much.
All right. So, Doc, I'm going to come to you. You don't hear it from the audience. Obviously, I think a lot of the one that we call everybody support him. Definitely, everybody want for will go in different directions. But what's your thoughts generally on the assessment?
Okay, I will take the last question first, and It's say if sincerity go there. This is why it will be called an inclusive consultative process, where everybody all hands for day on deck, And the other thing is we begin monitor even as citizens for let we see how we dey progress. We dey follow the plan. We actually dey follow them. How we go all with people, leaders them accountable if they don't follow the plan. What we go do as a country. We the people in SSF need for stand up. I remember some years ago I worked for Talking Drum Studios. They been get a project where now been they try for look at and they monitor how the local councils then they do deal with the accounting processes. Maybe in charge with that responsibility, now some of the council them we the monitor, especially Koinadugu district, Kono, Kailao, So what we've been doing now that we they go to the council, watch because the local council act, the local government act tell we say, then for the paste the accounting details
on the notice board.
Now the notice board, people then get right for can ask questions, people then for the witness, the meeting, then when they get na the council them, people then make their own suggestions. How many people did that in this country? Now the problem then they begin. Then don't make the process open. Say let people they check. How many people now this country able for understand first say then supposed for check council. How money they come na council, how then they use the money. How many people understand that one day in the first place? How many people been they check with the council? So this is not a problem.
It goes back to that point about civic education.
Exactly.
That we do need a
let
lot.
people they understand the process itself. This is why it's always good for we get meetings, we get the process going from the local level, the lower level. Now they will they begin to make a bottom top approach, So people then for understand what thing then they do. Then you look at also issues we get for do with this winner takes all. Where we know they come out to be because I think one call and make comments as well in relation to that one. Say, through people where you win, you go look for people where you think say you trust. When not then you go able for work with. Well, it not for always be that way there. We for always get a way of trying for also allow other people for making themselves be part of the process. So this is a way of where would they begin for trust process. In the first place, you allow external person for come there with you. You una the work hand in hand, and you see the work they go before. Then why outside the trust issues go develop? Where everybody they say, oh, this thing they happen in a transparent manner, So these are some of the things. Then I should say Marcella and my brother go able for talk about the other issues. Then, but we need this particular agenda. We need a referendum. We need for go back and try for see inside the old constitution. What are those things that we are not happy with anymore? The world they develop. We need for catch up with the rest of the world in terms of development trajectories, and we need for get people there. We for tina before pandande. So we don't identify all waiting we want. We want for talk about. Then we get a referendum and go into the referendum and see what we need for put.
And you have some people who are also very critical of moral guarantors. They keep bringing that up a lot.
Yes, certainly.
And that mutual suspicion is something
the suspicion day, especially look at even the CSO field, where we did so they like today. We know, we the point finger for we say, this done on APC, this done on SLPP. One moment, no, this one, making entire self now, then ask Master Sausa you day, na APC or SLPP. I say, me na Sierra Leonean. I they talk about issues them where actually they pain me and where they pain people them, when they me they bring out. So if you begin they tag me Usaya Day, and then at some point they don't confuse them, say, oh no, this na APC, no, this na SLPP. A fine for me could they so, but you need those kind of people actually. But we don't make with space tight so much that now people in the put suspicious hype on we. And because of we involvement then. So we got to be really careful on waiting. If you say stand for the people, you deal with the people. You stand for the truth, deal with the truth. So now that's me they always tell me civil society colleague them. Say we all get one agenda. The agenda now for push Salon before. Another agenda we need for work with.
Mr. Kamara.
I think the contributions they will don't get from the listeners, then don't you say? I mean, this topic is not only timely, but we need for actually embark on a consultative process around this national development plan. Because everybody, they come up with the ideas, and I think everybody supports them. There are people that raise the issue of sincerity. I mean, this suspicion. I think they are right, because one thing we'll get, especially the one the way they work now are some state institutions, they know they draw the line between state institutions and party institutions. As people when they work in state institutions, then they take as if na party institutions. Now make them get the common phrase where they want to do certain things. When you talk, you say, no, me they serve the government in power. But not to the government in power, it did it for, because even the money that they take pay you, even the money that they take service all your activities, not to government money, not the taxpayers' money. So even the government instead they for me serve the people. So if you did then the people are for serve. Because some of them processes they are, if you put them, for instance, under a ministry, but cool people will get that kind, I mean, thinking, say, oh, once the ministry, not to straightforward thing, this is the government tune. So we therefore think also, if we embark on them processes there, whose institutions, we go still allow the ministries they lead them, or we set up an independent institution where we could look after them. All of them here could be part of the conversation, so that at the end of the day, we'll let everybody in participation come without any reservation.
All right. Marcella, for wrap up on some of those points that the callers highlight.
Thank you. You have very good points there, and when from the callers them, and when then they talk, as sister they resonate with this topic, they really want for see this happen. You know, can nobody will say no, you not go work. Everybody been they try for stimulate the conversation to how can it work. The one that will express doubt, I could try for help them follow things couldn't doubt same thing. And I make a thing say again, I go even to the line with Isata for start with the last question. He says sincerity. Say people go sincere about this. I think saying something where they broke in my mind, and I want for Ale in fears that it depends how we communicate some of these things. Now people will know if you're sincere or not. One of the problems we get in a salon these days, I don't say me I need to talk about salon problem again, but because it's plenty. Let's begin to push a lot of solutions out there. Forget people the minds were tuned towards solution, problem solving instead of amplifying the problems. But I mentioned this problem with Sierra Leone and they get where SLPP didn't have power. Now I'm calling things by their names. Where SLPP didn't have power, all the one they will. Now the passive non-supporters of SLPP. Good things if they know this year. For them it's not correct, it's not right. You not care for criticize and with everything not good. The only thing good now we party do. Where SLPP didn't have power, then supporters are everywhere the government do bad. When they do good, the opposition supporters there, not they celebrate. When they didn't have power, they do things that were not good. They're in line with democracy. They're in line with the law. So come out and say, no, this is not good. Let's change direction. Then they still say good. Some people can justify, pass where the leadership can come back and say, no, we have changed this decision. Now then they change back and come back. You see, so that's, I think, saying that fear they the person the way they talk about sincerity. It's a very bad political culture, and no country, they go in that way. Collectively, we not for be charitable to leadership them. That's why every government and the brand civil society. Because one of the things, civil society get a very difficult role for play in a situation where there is inter-party hostility. The two lead parties then see themselves as tension for always stay, and also excessive polarization. Civil society caught in the middle. So anytime political power change hands, oh, so she was SLPP. Now she is APC. It's funny. Sierra Leoneans for stop for think from that parochial point of view. They too narrow. It's too small. Then we think on the issues where they discuss right now. The issue where they discuss the favor everybody. We're talking about national development. And if we position national development, when we talk about wealth creation, are you going to tap into the opportunities we're available? So this is how we're going to do it. And I think, as I said, it's a timely period for this conversation. Somebody talk about politicization of state institution. All of this will be talk. So any political leader we can have power, where he make state capture or co-optation in agenda, already it's. Because in the final analysis, waiting they happen, they find out say all of the institutions they yield result. Because accountability not in at the center. Even at an individual level. At an individual level, I only self accountable every day. I get me small diary where they put what they do for the day. Sometimes I come, I'm so hard on myself, say these are the things you set for the day, accomplish 5%. You were on other things. Sometimes they come, now for this week, you don't concentrate on this area too much. Try concentrate on that area. I hold myself, even at a personal level, I hold myself accountable for the things that I've set myself to deliver. So any government will come, instead of a focus on how you mobilize citizens' interest and participation for delivery, you begin organize vigilantes, then our social media and keyboard warriors to attack advocates, then already it. So accountability is also at the center. Politicizing state institution doesn't yield results. Because now yes men them and yes women then I go the one with. Even when things then they see they fall down a pit. Instead of the rescue the leader, they will be clapping for you, say you are going down properly. That's what they will be doing. So you are just raising yes men and yes women. Now I make democracy and governance, accountability then at the center. The last question I will try to answer to, now this thing, I don't know the points where the caller been come from, but they talk about, say, even in the Western world, where government can have power, now then they take all the jobs. Right. You get political jobs. Where political appointment is fine. You appoint ministers, although people can some governments can intend for step and say, let's look at good citizens in the country and appoint them as well. Appoint your ministers from your party. But there are certain professional positions there where they change so long. Especially so now I make the constitution give them position that they security of tenure. Because those are not regime serving institutions. Those institutions are institutions of the state. And if you see you pull people them where really get thinking column the moral standing for all the offices then they you pull them, you can't put party supporter when a yes woman or yes man, you don't miss them because that office they're not able for yield the dividend. So yes, it's good that they say government for cow its people then for do the job. But be rest assured that in terms of good governance, there are some offices where the Constitution also protects, we get security of tenure.
Thank you very much for being here with us. Marcella Samba, Executive Director for Campaign for Good Governance, Dr. Isaac Mahoy, Network Coordinator for OneUp, and Mr. Salu Kamara as well, National Spokesperson for the National Elections Watch. Stay with you when we come sports, entertainment, business, and then we'll also dig through the papers. This is Friday, and this is the Epic Morning.
No other sign no day for you sport bets, lek. No other sign no day we go make you win big, lek. No other sign no day we get high odds, lek. I say no other sign no day where they pay fast, lek. Bets with the best betting company in the world. We don't come to win us alone, and it gets the best services. For register, it's easy. First, download the app now with website onexbet.sl. Use the by phone registration or full registration option and edit your profile with a valid ID card. Enter the official promo code and you go benefit from all the promotions and bonuses. Save or screenshot your OneXBet account for future use. As you complete your registration, so we give you 200% bonus straight. We go even up to 2,800 new Leones, the biggest bonus ever. For more information, call with toll-free line 552 with any Orange number. Make your deposit or withdraw with Orange Money, Visa Card, OneXBet Cash, and many more. 247. OneXBet is the proud sponsor of Confederation of African Football, CAF, FC Barcelona, Italia Serie A, Leone, and boku other sponsorships.
This message they go to all financial institutions and consumers. Auntie Zainab, what happened? How the shop empty so?
I don't get money na me and for biting and for putting inside me shop.
You no get bank account?
Yes, I get bank account and I dey save regularly.
Why you no go take loan?
I concerned about the document where they can say for sign, and you know say me no go school, me na illiterate.
Well, now because of issue like this, make the Bank of Salone and the financial provider, they don't develop the financial consumer protection guideline, where that one they contain the key rights and the responsibility for all customers. First of all, bank no they discriminate where you want go take loan. What in bank they do, then go assess your business for no almost loan you want for take. That's why where you they talk say you no go school. Banks they now, then they read the documents and per all the languages them where you go able for understand before you sign up. The documents get all the true information them, like the amount of loan where they go give you, the interest where then they put, the total where you go pay, and the term where you go pay this loan here.
Okay, I no be ever no say na so this they go.
All banks don't get master savvy people them where then go listen and solve all complaint. Quick one. You know say something there when they call cool enough period, where that means say after you take the loan, you get 5 days for return the money without you know pay penalty, because the payments go there for the third party. That is if you're not interested in the loan again. However, bank they warn that anytime when you use the cool enough period, you bank will report to the Bank of Salone, and if they fail not say you don't they use this service bokutem where the bank not the profits, Bank of Salone go ban you and you no go get access for use bank business again na Salone.
Wow, I not ever know this at all.
Well, now you don't know. From now on, be sure, be aware of your rights and responsibility as a financial consumer. This campaign they come out from the Bank of Salone, which supported by the African Development Bank.
You forget Boku Gladi Gladi and Boku Big Enjoyment.
It's a yes from me.
Salon, no better terminal day for buy DSTV pass now, because we get Boku Enjoyment and Boku Gladi Gladi them.
The most thrilling of all time.
All for Lily couple. Enjoy bomber spots and Soba Superstar and the action them.
Unbelievable. Big time.
Enjoy Boku Pikin film them, full with body business and Gladi Gladi.
I want the biggest celebration ever.
And the fine African film them.
Be vigilant out there.
So, pick the big life for Lily couple. Connect to one of the small couple DSTV package.
Let's move it.
No miss this big enjoyment from DSTV Ultimate. For no more about this, call or WhatsApp we na this number ya +232 88 888 881.
Hello and welcome to Bees and Echo, Mina Odra Niambe Sano. For enhance effective and efficient bilateral relationship, the government for Salondo hold the third Joint Commission for Cooperation with the Kingdom of Morocco. Under the Joint Commission for Cooperation, 13 agreements therefore be signed from agriculture, trade and investment, tourism, energy, health, education, justice sector, land, urban planning, mining sector and infrastructure. The CEO of Giral Group and Marampa Mines don't tell the people of Lonsa say the need for put significant investment for increase them production to 5 million tons per year. The 2022 fiscal year budget record an overrun in the total expenditure and net lending budget of about 2.5 billion new Leone to the margin pressure and the recurrent and domestic capital budget. The Salon Parliament is one of the major spending departments in the general sector, as actual expenditure for fiscal year 2022 now 47.6 million new Leones against a revised budget of 36.7 million new Leones, where results to an overrun of about 10.9 million Leones. The Ministry of Finance say the combined effect of rise in consumer price and depreciation of the exchange rate result to an increased spending on goods and services na the government budget during 2022. According to a summary analysis of the revised budget, the revised annual expenditure budget for fiscal year 2022 now be 13.8 billion new leone, which represent 25% increase compared to the fiscal year 2021, where in revised budget now 11.0 billion new leones. His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio officially launched the Salone Industrial Zone, one of the joint venture between the government and Arise Integrated Industrial Platforms, Nakoya Chiefdom, Potloko District. Now all these I get for you inside Bees and Echo, Mina Odra Niambe Sano.
Good morning, Freetown. Good morning, Sierra Leone. Welcome to your last edition of the Epic Sports Update for this week with me in the studio, Ibrahim Wuri. Two senior officials, them with Madam Fatou Nidong, as one of the Assistant Secretary, and Mohamed Jidao, coordinator from the Wafu Union, arrived in Freetown for a 3 days visit in the preparation for this year's Under-20 female tournament, where they get for contest inside Bo and Kenema. CAF though rejects the SLFA proposal for host match day 5 Sierra Leone versus Nigeria in Bose City Southern Arena. The decision are owing to the fact that we not get standard hotel where we go accommodate to visitors them. SLFA don't appoint Mola B Kamara as the national team scout. Ibrahim Kamara, winner superstar for Lamboy FC, win the Sierra Leone Premier League Player of the Month, and he scored 5 goals and he done back 2 month awards. Of course, Freetown City Football Club defeat yesterday Lua FC 1-0 to goal, and of course Slifa and Borunjas battle yesterday, but it ended up at a draw. FC Calon defeat Usum Stars 1-0. Of course, Manchester United lost yesterday to Brighton 1-0, owing to the fact that Luke Shaw mistakenly get away with the ball with his hand, so it results as penalty. Napoli, after 33 years since 1990, end up for secure Serie A win. This is now a very, very great achievement for them. Well, now all this I get for you Epic Sports Update this morning. Still with me and the rest of the team at exactly 11 a.m. as we bring to you an interesting Epic Sports show. Till then, I'm out.
And welcome to ENT Buzz. My name na Audra, and inside this ENT Buzz for this week are the profile Nasser Ayub. With consistent soul melting and lyrical content, Nasser Ayub don't able to capture the heart of the young and the old. Nasser Ayub remain an household name, but don't get a tremendous impact and influence na the salon entertainment industry. Apart from being a businessman and a philanthropist, Nasser Ayub don't continue to be a key player in the promotion of entertainment na salon. With him personal funds, he don't support Boku young musician and filmmaker them across the country, and he also active for help several charitable organizations them. In song Trangaes Bobo na be a hit will bring Nasser Ayub Khan to the limelight several years ago. But in persistence and consistency in delivering melting and touching single them don't make it under the limelight and don't top the salon music chart. The hard-working Afropop singer is highly known for a lyrical depth and vocal versatility, where they blend with conscious songs them when mixed with R&B, folk and contemporary pop songs them. It gets sung them like Free Me, My Love, Spartacus, Man Down, and Boku other one them. Nasser Ayub na a celebrity we get followers them on in different social media platforms like Facebook, who say always they engaging fans them on waiting a new upcoming event. Nasser Ayub na person we don't train other Sierra Leonean them as well for day into music like how it done they do. Now all these I get for you inside this week ENT Buzz. My name na Audra. Thank you for listening. Tata.
I did die for you. Lay my life for you. I go cry for you. And I go walk out for you.
All right, welcome back. This is the Epic Morning Show. They come to you live here on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Time check from our studio clock is 9:31. On a normal day, this is when we'll be wrapping up the show. But today has not been a normal day because we've been getting some power outage during the show. So we have to extend the time, obviously. And given how big or good the conversation was as well, so we had to wait a bit about time. But don't worry, we still get a lot for cover on the papers this morning, and including reaction on some of the things as well that we did bring you yesterday on the papers. But let me start with what the papers are saying on this Friday morning. With 51 days to the general election now, Awoko newspaper, the lead this morning with, nobody will scare us from doing what is right. We took oath to serve, according to the ECSL Commissioner Western Area. Deputy Minister of Information reacts to 2023 World Press Freedom Report. And IMF to release $21 million after board's ECSF review consideration. And MBSSE present 220,721 WAS candidates to WAEC. That's another big story that we could be possibly looking at. But let we go now to Satellite newspaper. Sam Sumana may quit APC again. That's not the big story we sat like the report this morning. Standard Times are still dealing with SLRSA. SLRSA turns gold mine road safety funds chopped. And exclusive newspaper, they lead with EU deploy observers ahead of June 24 elections. And and here's another interesting headline on the exclusive newspaper. You put pepper in our face, we put pepper in your face. Samara Kamara tells BO. Uppercut for Samura, President BO. And then Global Times newspaper is reporting is SLRSA really broke. That's something we will be looking at as well. C4C marshals join Sierra Leone People's Party. That's another story as well that we will be possibly talking about. EU to deploy election observer mission. Former Minister of State resigns from APC. Now, some of the lead stories are on A to Z newspaper. President Bill and First Lady jets in London, gracing King Charles' coronation. And by the way, yes, that coronation is coming up tomorrow, and so the president is there. Given that we are one of the Commonwealth countries, we've been invited to that particular coronation day. Awareness Times leading with APC leaders will arrive in London, UK from Guinea. That's the lead story on Awareness Times newspaper. Remember yesterday I did tell you that Salone we was press freedom drop in 18 years, according to Reporters Without Borders. Then World Press Freedom Index we then can release every year. So last year Salone made 46. This year we are 74 in that particular ranking day. And for you, where they wonder how a ranking like this was done, as I mentioned yesterday, the index, they measure a number of things. The index, they measure pluralism. The index, they measure media independence, the robustness of the legislative framework in the country, and the safety of journalists as well. So these are all of the things that are taken into consideration. And journalists, them across the world, including media stakeholders, that they send to we, like a kind of form as well, where they feel for really do your assessment, and all of it is collated, put together for making them bring this assessment. For respond to this particular index here, on the line we get Solomon Jamiru, Deputy Minister of Information and Communication. Good morning, Mr. Jamiru.
Good morning, Nyale. Good morning, Epic Radio. Morning, family.
So, I know you must have seen the report. Waiting on an assessment on such a drastic drop in the World Press Freedom Index.
Well, first, we want to take the opportunity for comment Reporters Without Borders for the World Press Freedom Index. Naturally, you go first of all one for assess them in good faith, because I think they do quite a lot of work assessing the environment for the practice of journalism in 180 countries. So, I mean, for spread the tentacles across 180 countries is pretty much hard work. And me think, say, as a government, we accept the report in good faith, but we believe specifically that it doesn't really speak to the Sierra Leonean situation in terms of 28% drop. I mean, dropping 28 spots.
Yeah.
But again, Nyale, if you study the report, again, this is not just with initial commentaries because we need more time for examiner. if you look at the context for sub-Saharan Africa, the report seemed to be suggesting that the reason we make that you find out, see some of them take place, Sierra Leone for 28 spots, Senegal for 31 spots. Then they attribute them to one, then they talk about aggressiveness on the part of authorities. Then also they talk about growth in the fake content industry. If you look at them two variables, you wouldn't really want to say it is the government that is responsible, because some of them things here get clear context. So let's say, for example, what are they referring to when they say aggressiveness of authorities? Because clearly every government gets the responsibility for protect the rights of citizens. For example, now the Constitution, Section 25 of the Constitution, they guarantee freedom of expression. But if in the exercise of your freedom of expression, you did do something where they encroach on the rights of others, government has to come in to create that balancing act.
And perhaps now the way government they come in as well, now that parts perhaps don't contribute to where we are now on the index.
I think that's debatable because, for example, if then they talk about some provisions, maybe in the cybersecurity and crime law, and then say, okay, government don't repeal defamatory and seditious libel, but government has come up with other provisions in cybersecurity and crime. I mean, my response to that is even people them way are responsible for the growth of digitalization today in the digital age, whether it's Bill Gates, whether it's Elon Musk. All of these people agree today, say, government need for create a very fine balance between protecting rights, enjoying rights and protecting them. So me think say really every responsible government for able to come up with policies, for able to come up with laws where they ensure say people them where they utilize, for example, the digital space, social media responsibly, those ones should be protected. So I think that is government responsibility.
And how you think say wise una get the responsibility for keep the society safe, but how do you also think say, especially with the digital space, una go enforce the law, but also make sure it is not a repressive regime where it suffocates people and rights online, especially?
Yeah, I think that's a very valid question. So as a government, we need to acknowledge, as you also know, social media is an emerging space and it emerge and evolve very rapidly. So from country to country, now space where we need for one, we have to recognize that what is happening online is just an extension of what is happening offline. So the same rights where we think so with people for enjoy offline, for be the same right way for enjoy online. The assurance what I want to give to people now that government is not out to target anybody. But if anybody is on the wrong side of the law, then it is government's responsibility for make sure, say, one, we protect the people them who are becoming victims of their unfair treatment online. So that is, for me, it is the essence of the cybersecurity law where governments don't pass. We want to make sure, say, people them where they utilize social media or utilize digital spaces, they do it responsibly, and we want to make sure, again, as Section 25 don't say, now government in responsibility, so that anybody where sometimes they use social media for tarnish the reputation of others, anybody where they use social media for engage on online fraud, anybody where they use social media for threatening the peace and the security of Sierra Leone, it is government's responsibility for make sure, say, we protect the lives and the property and the image of citizens. So government really not unfairly target anybody.
Okay.
Now we also look at the security situation, for example. You know, some people then go on for look at and say maybe a lot has happened on the security space. We go warrant this for drop 28 spots. If you look at Senegal, one of the reasons where then they look at, say, Senegal dropped 31 spots, now because there has been some kind of an indictment, you know, in Senegal, for example, they profile criminal charges against two journalists. You know, so when they look at Dande and they look at some security concerns, they say because of that, Senegal drops 31 spots. So for me, I think really much as Reporters Without Borders, they do a fantastic work. It's a watchdog on the environmental space for journalists. But me think say really 28 spots coming down for Salone not really reflect the efforts where this government don't make. More than any other government in the history of this country, this government don't demonstrate far more commitment for protecting the space for journalists, you know. So me think say, but again, as a government, as I say, this now reporter will get for view in good faith.
And lastly, on one other point, we're at the economic side now. The lifeblood of every media in the country right now is advertisement, and government are one of the biggest advertisers. But when you have a situation outside, they see more and more government-affiliated institutions, they get more adverts than the others. Economically, it is squeezing those very few independent media houses, which also go perhaps tell on where we are now.
Yeah. So again, on the media economics, yes, that's one area we'll get for look at. And the good thing, again, as you know, Nyale, when President launched the Media Viability and Investment Summit, we will look at, maybe look at the climate for equitable media rules. So that's something we also think we need to continue that conversation there with SLAG and other players in the media ecosystem for see which kind of advertising rules and policies we will come up with. But for let somebody just unfairly indict government, say government is not really encouraging media in terms of advertisement. My challenge to the journalist yesterday who turned up at the press briefing is, no, conduct your media and let it appear as if without government you can't thrive. I have challenged them, say maybe you have to look at your business models. Maybe you have to get more professional so that even if government no advertise, you have private players, mining companies are there, banking companies are there. You get hotels, for example. You get different people the way they thrive in the private sector space who are also looking at the media. And I think if we get more professional and we make sure, say, we develop more content, I think it will appeal to private sector for invest. For we as a government, I think it's a discussion we are open to for ensure say we get fair advertising rules, and I also think the government will also continue for play in part for keep the media afloat. That's a responsibility we will not shy away from.
All right. This is a conversation definitely we'll go pick up later. Thank you very much for talking to us this morning.
It's a pleasure, Nelly. Thank you.
All right. That now the Deputy Minister of Information and Communication, Solomon Jamiri, will be the response to the World Press Freedom Index that was out yesterday, showing an 28 place drop from 74 to 46 currently in the stand of the index, and he was responding to that. This morning, we have discussed a lot of things, and of satellite newspapers reporting here this morning that Samson Mana may quit APC again and possibly could give his support to President Julius Malabio. Well, with the transfer window open, nothing will surprise you anymore. So that's one to watch out for, and so perhaps that's something. And yes, the coronation is coming up, and for you elect for watch British pomp and pageantry around around royalty, well, it's something you should definitely tune in for tomorrow, and already preparations have started around that. So, and this morning we did have a very, very important conversation, and we spoke about a national development plan, if that's something we're possible, that's something we all go agree on, waiting go they would go lead them. These are conversations where they come up. It's important as well for make a hear from una more often, we not being perhaps get chance for call on those issues, and then later we'll come up here and then wrap up a conversation here for this week. But this has been a very, very productive week, and next week is going to be a bigger week. So just stay tuned for that. But let's hear from you guys. Good morning.
Good morning, Jawad.
Yes, Lami Samra Kuyatong.
Yes, sir. National cohesion or national agenda. For let it work in this country, I think civil society will speak with one voice. Then they will help. But we, like, even the civil society, this they can say one thing, the other one come back and say another thing. When the politicians then will look at them and say, well, who now will expect for national agenda for so not united? Then how we wait for execute them, go united to them. So let civil society begin to speak with one voice. Let them get, it's not like a time where they go to meet so that within them go don't plan inside that meeting day. Now everybody they come and see.
Right.
But if they say one thing, another person they say another thing, no, that ain't going to help national cohesion at all. Press freedom. Then it's right we don't talk. There were their own development not only on paper you see them, but we can practically, they see them. They don't repeat the seditious like the law, yes. But why would they get some kind of reports there now? Say press freedom, we fail them. So so now on paper no more the jam.
All right,
No
thank you very
practical.
much.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, 799949993. Let me hear from more people here on this conversation. Good morning.
Jawad,
Yes, Jacob, go on.
how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, transfer window. You know, one person will be sorry for Sam Sumana because of the way he was treated at the APC. I was not happy. So when he got it back, I've been saying they're sorry for letting take campaign. But since he's not sorry for himself, well, it is his right to go anywhere. APC, which we say now what a size stone, where you go to the camp. And I'm glad the new constitution don't get. When you quit unceremoniously by APC, it will be very difficult for you to come back. Anyway, I wish him well. I think I do.
All right. Thank you very much. See you outside. All right, Jacob. Interesting. 799949993. Do you see Sam Sumana backing President Julius Maada Bio? A lot of variables could go right or wrong for any political party in Kono right now. And because there's so much happening out there, and including actors who are out. I mean, like I said, a lot cool one. Good morning, Bompa. Go on.
Yes, Jawad. You really worked me day today. When you ask the minister, the deputy minister, about yes, it's good for cow them program, but the mechanism for put in place towards and the way you bring them to the people. This I would say we need for determine where we go June 24 to what election. It's about changing of system because then they know they add value. It's about for talk. What you for do towards and now they. So also they go now backwardness. You come to the area of the CSO them. Look no more health alert in those days. Then talk now in them because they all long get political appointment. Just look at the CSO.
Well
when
that's...
they want them for be neutral.
Yes.
For be neutral, don't forget. Because you know why? Then they work with indicators them of benchmark. They want them. Then they work with her internationally. So whenever they didn't see them, they are credible and this image where officials they use for rate and rank. Jawad, we get lots for do. Then when you look about the institution and where government they politicize, that makes some of they start and kind of advocacy. So that next coming government, we don't want that kind here again because it's not good for our society. It's not good for our nation. Everything they be politicized. Then what about the ordinary man?
Thank you very much. Let's keep it 90 seconds as well. And let's hear from people. And this is the thing as well. A lot of people, they look up to CSOs, media for a lot of things. Rightfully so. But also manage your expectations. Because, like I say, not today CSOs or media people start forgetting to politics. This has started for a very long time now. So it's important also forget that and set things in the right context. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jawad.
Yes, Ali Dumbuya.
Ali Dumbuya.
Go on.
Bro, we're not going to surprise because look at me. I think we don't need for give excuse. We don't pull libel law, death penalty because death penalty not there now we miss, but we don't lost a lot of Salalians them under this administration past any other term than that one. Then we target social media actors and say if they want for bring problem, we chase them. But even the mainstream media, people that we believe in that day, when they talk, then they chase them out. Then except you talk in favor of a government, then you will be safe. This morning, one of my friends, they forwarded me one of the mainstream media radio station moderator, they tell Dr. Samuel Kamara, they are Chakman, why people are for vote for them, when I vote against are not fit for rule this country. But nobody not going for change because they talk in favor of government in the interest of government. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me hear from more people as well. Thoughts about our Press Freedom Index and the response of the government so far on that. 799949993. Good morning.
Good morning, Jawad. Good morning, Sierra Leone.
Father Lambert, you're welcome.
Jawad. One thing we want to say to all the politicians and Jawad, if they need policy, will develop and go forward. One thing, better coordination, like for them to come together as one. They can say, if we say not green, they not power, let all the parties on board and develop Sierra Leone. You know me say that other side of wing, one the opposition, down the left, one same party to work.
Father Lambert, I think we lost you there. Thank you very much. 799949993. But very thoughtful comments. I want to hear more from you people out there regarding conversation this morning. Good morning.
Hello. Yeah, I'm John from Johnson.
Welcome again, John.
Yeah, seditious libel law has been repealed. Then we get then reports there. That is damaging. Then the transfer window. We see a player we then sign. Let me be specific. Alpha Khan. We the manager, that is the president, we talk now ECSL. See, Alpha Khan should have come, but because of the number, they sign a player to make the 20-man delegation, the amount.
Well,
that means to say
at least
that
now 11 player they start, so maybe not in the starting
no,
lineup.
when a team they go a tournament, let me say Madrid they can play Chelsea, then they go with 23 man.
Yes.
23-man squad. So SLPP they go with 20-man squad na ECSL. Then Alpha Kano they among. Then the manager say because of the number, that means to say not to bet a player.
And then you get bigger, and then for back you point, you get other players like KKY, you get other players like Victor
KKY, so
Fo.
yeah, then get important player than the KKY, the Victor Fo, and this and
So
that.
are you saying Alpha Khan is not that important at the team?
Of course, yes. Not to bet a player because then just sign him. If not been better player, it been for make the squad.
Well,
because not to bet a player.
All right.
Then oh, Jawad,
go on.
Don't
It's
take
okay.
me time. Then you go cut me.
I give you 20 seconds. Go on.
Then anyway, John from John Street.
Okay, thank you very much. I did give you your 20 seconds back, but thank you very much. Interesting football analogy. Let's hear from more people. 79994-993. Well, like I said, transfer window is open, and Sam Sumana is. You could say probably he's available for free transfer, which political party he may join, or even if he go move from APC, we'll go see. Good morning, boy. He's silent right now. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning, Jawad.
Yeah, Lamtak from Central. Welcome.
Thanks, my brother. I enjoy your conversation with my brother, John from John Street. They're more precise and to the point. I like him. Honestly speaking, now 90 seconds, it not be two. We give it force. One thing where the problem be now this country, but this issue where they be discussed this morning, Jawad. Now they see, look now we take away. It takes no left in party. It can't for a president be for develop salon. Man, they talk all time team. Now the other thing I want to do, but we the people we get problem. They decide the politicians them, but we the voters. We get serious problem, Jawad. This country in a collective responsibility ain't go better better. When party in a power, me say if okay, the level 60, other party come from other party come for local development. Now it will be problem. But the layman point of view make them think they happen. But I'm glad that education not in the fold. That one go make salon better. With education, when the nation educate, believe me, this way it go die out. I want to thank you, Jawad. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry from Central. Let me hear from more people here. 79994-993. Care to comment where Sam Sumana might be heading next if he is going out of the All People's Congress? 79994-993. Good morning.
Yeah, and aside from Central.
You're welcome.
And I'm nobody know they are against anybody working for government. But the thing where the government can do, where they call you for can work for them, you for end up for join them. It's like then they try to destroy other smaller parties. Take the case of Bayuku. I mean, Benebuku, as soon as you can work with them, if you not join them, you're out. Then members of cabinets where and the school might be to PMDC. They all end up for APC. So what are we saying? Now, waiting with a force to people that will you join me if we end up for be with. And some of Kabia, some of Kabia was PMDC. He resisted in the end.
Stephen Gauja as well.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
So not to say we know how many people in Guoku, but now the government we can invite them, we they force them. If you know join them, then they force you for join, for just deprive you of your in parliament. They give opposition okay, political party leader in parliament. They know all kinds of things just because they want to make a kind of inside. Also come. That is what they say.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And here's the thing, and that's it. So if you didn't other political party and government appoint you, you go work, but at the end of the day, there is an inner circle, and that inner circle, you are never going to get out into that inner circle if you not join, you not cross over to that political party where appoint you. And that is why it's so difficult for very, very good and competent people go out of politics. If they are going out of politics, they are leaving some of their morality or some of their moral compass at the door whilst walking into politics. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, Jared. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Name was El Karufam.
Yeah, for the call from Lumley Road.
Yeah, for the go on.
Which I want to say, Jared. As people they say, why not now KKY for can join SLPP? Wait 5 years when the country they go by, the economy they go by, and everything come for can join them. Then people they all get their own thing for protect. They all have their own selfish interest. Look, Victor Fu, after how many years with APC? Now he's saying green because he don't only know saying that they all be done by the corrupt past government. Now because he gets something for protect, they encourage Victor Fu back. Look, Alpha Khan. These are the people we don't say all them people they are thieves. But you don't include them all back by your government. Salon man, we need for think. We need for think. Million politicians I know they come full. You see the politicians they dance per week.
On the subject of national development, how you think so we will all agree on waiting world for the country?
Sorry, come again.
I say on the subject of national development plan, how you feel to say them political parties they are going to get a consensus on waiting for the country?
The thing we need to say is that all them political parties they are need to come together. They make a one agenda for Sierra Leone. When this party come, they do it. When this come, it follow the same suit. They follow the same suit. That's the only way Salon will able to develop. But this one will come, it begin develop. Then they come, the bon come, they count in development. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you very much. And Ishmael, we normally can call we from Thunder Hill. Say no get light, so he can't participate. I think so because radio didn't count, so he has to watch us on Facebook. Good morning, Ishmael. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Name outside the call from?
Me, Ishmael come from Waterloo.
Okay.
Which I just want to contribute to this program here. One thing we most important is contribute anything but discuss carpeting. So from one party to another party. If you don't can this politician don't they don't know what you don't do in political party, you don't come to you, embrace them. This is not a problem.
No, but
the people who don't left
hello,
you don't come.
You know, say everybody get right for join any party we want.
Yeah, true. Everybody gets right, but the right way you get for check the right way you get because you don't know I left the party for another party.
No, but there is no law against which party for join or which party not for join. So if we begin do that, there will block people and rights to association within our constitution.
But that goes back corruption in the country. Because if this politician, you know, they can't say no more. Now, as for come, they don't let APC, they don't come. And as for come before they come, CIO. You see, you don't left, you don't come. If you can't embrace them, if other political party come back, when I own government, you don't left power. That APC come back, they can't embrace other political party, other politicians back come. That's corruption. That no go done.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much. Well, I may not agree with you, but it's your right for express your opinion. 799949993. Let me hear from more people here. And good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
Mr. Jawad.
Carl from New Jersey.
Thank you very much. God bless you. You know, this also how the country, the president, is unified Salon. So the way that the Salon people and believe say yes. You look at the Alpha Khan, you look at Sansumana, you look at Kande Yomkela. The impact, although people then they look at it and say, oh, there is no law for let somebody join a political party. The only thing they determine for this reunion, it left to you that I believe in, and would I feel say go deliver. Some of these guys believe say President Bio go deliver. They will continue the good job. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Always so that they give you opportunity for all take part. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Public participation into we discussion is something we not take for granted. So it's always important for letting ourselves and our voice be added to these conversations. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Epic Radio.
Yes, Epic Radio. Name outside the call with
morning, Moriba from Kisi.
Moriba from Kisi, welcome.
Thank you very much for this program, my brother. You know, the politicians then, I believe say, they're not for the political party alone, but they work for Sierra Leone. Example, all the one that will be under APC no way will pay their 60 million.
the one the way they did before under SLPP's in the SLPP never paid the 6 trillion. They want the all the longer them political party leadership them. The party not going to give them nothing that they spend back at the party. But when you can work for a country they pay you back. Then they pay you in cash. Then they work what they do, and they make the country move on. So now let's not blame the politician the way they come out from one political party to another. As long as they're the best work what they do for the country, you know, for itself, it's better for this country in the border. Dr. Alpha Khan, they can't call young Kenya now they can so today. Now for me they can work for this particular country. And not of today it starts. We don't see that there's plenty time. We don't see someone, we don't come out from vice president, you go from political party, it come back to another political party, it come back to an old party. We won't ever blame him.
All right.
But they blame Dr. Khan, they call him killer today.
Thank
all
you.
left them money work for this country in the border.
All right. Discussion is getting off really a bit. One for stick on the national development. How do we talk about national development plan as we've been discussing this morning? But go on. Good morning.
Good morning, Jawad.
Yes, sir. Name was I call from?
From here.
Yes, sir. Just be audible a bit.
Yeah, Jawad, you think one for you? You get me clear?
Yeah.
Them politicians, they are the usual. Now, Alpha Kando work under APC. They don't eat. They don't eat money. They don't thief. Victor Food, they don't work under APC. They don't thief. Then go under SLPP back. Then go encourage and the same thing they do. So what about we, ordinary people? They say they expect for what we get. And we suffer in the country. It's difficult in the country.
So
it's not easy with water.
If you...
That's what get for say. Short one.
Okay. All right. Later then. Good morning. Let me go through the next call. 79994993. I'm going to put calls through maybe for the next 6 or 7 minutes. Good morning. Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
This ranking, when they rank people, then take good ranking. Nobody know the question. Everybody they dance with food. So then I would say we education minister, now the best education minister in the world. In the world. Nobody no question that, they clap with them or 2 foot them. Now we don't worry about this, we rank we don't go down and we press freedom. People they grumble, this they talk this, they talk that. Small things and take for instance that phoning program where radio people they introduce. Before then, almost all radio FM radio stations that they do phoning program, would they contribute, would they talk with it. Right now, beside you, how you call it, AYD, that they say we know how they don't water and down. Now we no more all other radio stations that have stopped that phoning program. So then people then take them into consideration. Here is a breaking news where they talk about transfer. That popular regional chairman Tradena NGC will be in contest for parliamentary seat 3 months before election. We get over 3,000 votes. Honorable appears this afternoon, 2 o'clock. They go now APC office for go declare for APC.
You
so
said go for Falaram?
Pardon?
You said go for Falaram?
Invite me.
No, I mean for the declaration. I mean.
Pardon?
For the declaration, you said go Falaram, go APC.
No, me on declaration for any other party. I'm not decided yet.
Okay.
I can declare for RUFP, EMBC at any other time.
All right.
But when I'm in Budi,
Thank
they
you.
go, I mean, declare under today, definitely I get for Falalam.
All right.
That if you go APC office,
Thank you.
With the live.
Thank you very much. All right. It's always good to tease you, given that he's, one of the most vocal NGC supporters with a call on with show every day. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Name was where call we from.
Hello?
Yes, sir. We get you loud and clear.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, we get you.
Yeah, how do you want it, sir?
Fine. Name was where call we from.
This is Afuri, call from Wafos.
Yeah, for the go on.
Yes, sir. Salon, I go there, please. I go that. because the one that we did was carpet soon now, and the one that we have 100% of PPC there, and the cabinet, the party regime, they all be corrupt. Now they call them back at the same time. So we don't show to yes, this country, we don't have one side on doing all this. But like some of you kids, like we don't surprise, man. I thought we up on this area. You know, we just pray, they go help we. We pray, they go police slowly and we eat. Because they don't show them safe. Thank you very much for the update.
Thank you very much. Maybe I'll put 2 more calls through and then we will wrap up here. Of course, this morning we have spoken extensively on the necessity for me to get a national development plan that political parties might be committed to. We also look at the Press Freedom Index that we did spoke about yesterday, and then, of course, possible decision that Sam Sumana could be making for move away from the APC if he finally come around to that decision. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, Mohammed from Hastings.
Indeed, Brother Jawad. Good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Brother, last from NGC spokesman to APC spokesman, let them know who we are. Away from that day, my brother, I think some man then they now will go begin question them, waiting at their current relationship with their former girlfriend or their former wife them. My brother, this cross-carpeting, it starts from the former president, Anes by Kuruma. Now, it started in this country, right? From Sobe to APC. So what did they go and tell me at that time the way it cross-carpet? Now, what did they do? We take again, the same way SLPP they in opposition. How many people then who should wait then and others then the Tom Numade, whether be cross-carpet, they will be followed then, whether be bad then be do, that time the APC not be the welcome then. Then don't misbehave to the people that heavyweight politicians, the way they inside the APC, like the Victor Fodi, Alpha Khan, and see where they left them and say they don't want anything. We need them. Politics now about number, right? We they embrace them as citizens and as Sierra Leoneans then welcome now the SLPP because now for nation development, they come, they say that they help the president, they can't tell them. They say that they can't help the president for development Salon.
Right.
And now that's not the national plan, now that's not the national agenda. Let all political parties join President Bio for develop Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think we'll put through one last call here and then we'll wrap up. 79994993. This has been a very long Friday morning for us. Good morning.
Morning, Jawad.
We're from Godrich. We'll end with you.
Thank you very much. Well, we don't see Amnesty International get a report, then change and back say na a press release because the reports not look convincing. You see, the problem with some of them survey with some organization they do. You wonder
Hello?
Control of the questionnaire. How the sample way they do, is it widely distributed? You know, but if you bias your sample, you will get biased results. Now, so to me, I see this report. It looked like the people that will answer that question, they all get one kind of thinking. It was not shared among all opinions and everything. So to me, I still doubt this report with NG. Because so many things have happened where they reflect different from what the report did. So that's my question. How biased is the report? Or how balanced is the sampling, I should say? Because carpeting and politicking, that one, all man know, that are part of politics. Then they call politicking. All man get right for do that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We're on that particular note today. So time check from Studio Clock here is now 10:09. And we are 39 minutes above we normal running time. But this is where we draw the curtain down on the show. And don't forget, a lot more is coming to you this weekend. So you have no reason to tune away. Stay with me for the rest of the weekend. All these corners coming to you tomorrow. You have Rapperholic coming to you tonight. And then a number of other programs. And from next week, we will start. Your votes will now be done twice a week with special election program. As we get closer to election, we're going to increase the frequency of how many times we'll do election program. So stay tuned for that. And if you missed this program, don't forget, tonight we'll have a repeat broadcast.